It is quite late, but one more thing. Okay. Let's do this. Actually, let's close this. Move this here. Do this. There we go. And then new. Ooh, there's a new patch. Oh god. Let's go to history. Let's go here. So you can watch this together. It's beautiful. And go. I wonder if it'll be up by now. Yeah, it's up. All right. All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, to another MSI Hot Takes, the debrief show that I do. Just talking about the games, talking about the results, and what like implications for the future. Obviously, we can go to the bracket. Just had to remember what's the fastest way to get there. Let's move this over here so I can see chat. Playoffs. There we go. I obviously got a bunch wrong. I'm still top 25%. Wait, it's not updated. Oh, it is. It is. It's showing. Wait, but I got this right. Why did I not have plus points? Hello? I got these two right. I got this wrong. I got this right. I wonder why it hasn't updated. The only one I got wrong was this one so far, right? Which I think most people would have probably had right. Like if you're just doing by tournament favorites, I thought this was going to be upset. Fortunately, it wasn't. But we'll get to that. First and foremost, there was a much more important game that happened between FlyQuest and G2. And boy, oh boy, was it so good as an NA fan. We ate so well. Inspired played really well. And in the press conference, he actually didn't feel like he played well, which is interesting. So I'm gonna actually mention something that people didn't. Wait, should I just clip it? I think I'll clip it for tomorrow. But basically, what Inspired said. Oh no! It wasn't in the press conference. It was in an interview with Sheep Esports, where he said that like, let me switch scenes real quick, and then I'll come back to this. But yeah, in an interview, Inspired said that when they played against Gen G and took them to 5 last year, he felt like it was more Gen G not showing up than FlyQuest like punching above their weight. It was a little bit of both, obviously, but it was more Gen G just flopping and they're not flopping, but letting FlyQuest get the leads that they got. Whereas he said versus AL, they weren't giving us anything, and we had to fight for every single thing. And so he was actually happier with the 3-1 loss versus the 3-2 loss because at least they played better in the 3-1 loss, which is very interesting. I think when talking about the G2 game, like G2 didn't get the things that they would get in EU. They made the same mistakes that they made in EU, and they were punished much harder by FlyQuest. FlyQuest have the best mid to late game macro of a Western team, and we saw it in action. It didn't matter how many plays G2 made to like get advantages. They had 3 dragons in game 1. It didn't matter. FlyQuest found a way. And part of it was G2 misplaying. And honestly, I feel really bad for Caps. Game 1, like on his Casio, he was definitely targeted, but like, you know, he was playing well. He wasn't playing like at an all-time peak. I don't think that's true. Like his Aurora game, he was constantly getting ulted and bullied by the Annie. Like I think he died once and then the game was over. His Akali game too, I think. Like he was trying his best, right? He tried to take the tools of carrying into his own hands, and it just wasn't enough. I think Bopo said it best. He was like, in the past, if Caps got what he wanted, he would win the game. Nowadays, it's not like that anymore. Even when Caps gets the leads that he wants, he doesn't win. Like the team doesn't always win. I feel especially bad for Caps. I mean, do we talk about this? Sure, it's hot takes. Why not? There are certain media members that ask like media-esque questions, and that was a big criticism going into Worlds of 2022 and 2023. There, sorry, what am I? 2024 and MSI of 2024. I don't know where I got those numbers, and they would complain about like, okay, you're asking the same exact boring questions. There was a question in um Worlds 2024 where someone asked like, "Hey, did you feel Faker Zora?" And it was like, "What the hell is that question?" There was very like basic questions like, "How do you prepare to play against a team like this?" Without much of like thought. It's not like, "Hey, they play specifically this like composition. What did you have to do in order to beat this composition?" It's more like, "How did you like? Do you think you guys played well?" You know, like it's certain questions like, okay, when four people all ask the same question, and it's all like it's a very basic question, it becomes a little frustrating, and that's like comments that I got a lot. But then there are also questions that go the other way. The other extreme is like, "Oh, you just lost. Are you thinking about retirement?" And it's like, what like, you've been playing for a long time. Where's that? It's just, it's lacking a little, like, it's not just this specific question, but multiple times, like, different media members were asking weird questions. And I understand sometimes the situation we're put in, it's hard to, like, get good questions and get them on a timely manner. But sometimes, yeah, it's just, multiple people pointed out in the press conference, like, that was not a very good thing to ask. Like, it was kind of tasteless, if that makes sense. Um, Caps deserves better. He needs a better team around him. I saw a comment saying just basically put Caps on Casey, right? Or give him like Kana Kalist, give him like Mickey X, and then like maybe Yike or maybe like, yeah, Elioya, something like that. Just give him like a super team. Get D2 another super team. Imagine Elioya goes. Imagine you have Broken Blade or Kana, right? Kana is probably like the top thing, but I don't think Casey's letting go. Imagine Kana and Elioya. Never happening, by the way, right? But Caps and then like Kalist and Mickey X. Like just imagine that, or upset Mickey. Ooh, oh my god, that team's scary. Um, that team is scary. I'm glad our observation was correct about top NA teams clearing EU. Oh yeah, Caps on Fly. Ooh, oh my god, dude! If Caps joins FlyQuest, I'm pretty sure we make it to Worlds Finals again. I'm pretty sure we just make Worlds Final. That is, well, not again. He makes it again. We never, as an NA, we've never made it to Worlds Finals, unfortunately. But we will soon. We will soon. Dude, now I'm just envisioning Caps being on FlyQuest. What a world that would have to be. I mean, they have the import slot open. I know he just resigned. Caps just resigned. Dirty Neptune, look at the things you're doing to me. um, yeah, game one, like, let me pull up the draft real quick. But like, Masu played exceptional on his Varus, constantly getting into the face of the Cassiopeia, like daring them to go on him. I thought Labrov, actually, wait, let's talk about Labrov. I know there's a lot of criticism, but I thought he actually showed up to play today. Like, this was the only time watching any G2 games against like a good team where I actually felt, oh my god, Labrov is doing things. When he was in Raptors, like there was a let me actually just pull it up. There's this one play that I looked at and I was like, oh my god, Labrov is actually like good. Like he's actually doing something. It's probably not this one. It's probably a little further ahead because it was after they based, right? You had the Karma just based, and then Labrov. It was somewhere here. Or did I already miss it? It was in mid lane. I'll find it in a second. Maybe if I looked up highlights, it would have been easier to find. Um, yeah, I think this is too. I missed it. Let me go back a little bit. Okay, that was a lot of it. But yeah, he hex flashes over the Raptors wall, and kills and gets what's it called? Gets Varus, which I thought was like very, very like he actually made plays where here it is. Look at this play. He first of all he waits until the oh he doesn't even see that. Yeah, we see that, but he didn't see her basing. He waits to make sure that no one else is there, and then he Hex flashes over. Like the fact that he found this angle is something that I have not seen Labrov do at all on G2, and I was very, very like surprised to see him like making plays, even on the Nautilus, the Rel game. Oops, the Rel game, the Nautilus game. He was constantly like looking and fishing for things and like actively playing the map in a way that I don't expect from Labrov. Uh, I mean, yeah, but I don't see him ever leaving G2 though. Yeah. I mean, Caps is never leaving G2. I, I actually think Kana, Yike, Caps, Upset, Mickey would go hard. I think so too. Yeah, that would probably be the best team in Europe, like bar none. You know, they would just like win eight titles in a row again. Um, but yeah, I thought Masu had a great game. I thought Quad got picked on a little bit. Like he did his job, but he's not as efficient laning. Like he was kind of struggling against Caps, but it's also Caps. So, but you're gonna play people of Caps' caliber. Like your next matchup is gonna be either T1 or BLG, right? So either Knight or Faker. You can't be hesitant. You can't make mistakes like this. You just can't. Um, I wish I could talk to Quad and ask him about like if nerves, because historically nerves have been an issue to him, but in general this year he just hasn't been as front facing. Like he hasn't been in your face as in the past. He's still been good. He's just been good in a different way. Obviously, he's playing like Anri, whereas before he's playing Yone, like very, very, very different champions. I thought G2 actually came with good prep. Like they took the Aatrox because they knew that he was gonna pick Sion. They had the Cassio in order to like pinch his like what's his name? Like they basically said, hey, we're gonna take the Cassio because then we don't have to ban it. Which I thought was a very smart adaptation. Like Caps can play the Cassio. I quite liked in general in the draft. Like they took the Cho'Gath as well. Like they tried to do things where like BB's not playing Warwick. He's not playing like Rumble. He's not playing the picks that I guess BB had played what 2 Rumble games this like whole time on G2, so maybe that Rumble's not a good pick. But in general, I felt like they were trying to take things like they took the Vi, which Inspired is like very, very good at. They took Nefiri, which again they play. I felt like they tried to take to play champions they're comfortable on while taking away stuff that FlyQuest is exceptionally good at. Like we saw Masu have really, really good games on Corki and Jin. I mean, the 80 carry, like, yes, sure, he could have won Ezreal one game. Yes, sure, he could have won like Caitlyn, like, but in general, I thought like it was fine. The thing I want to talk about, like, man, Busio as well, like compare last MSI to this MSI, and people saying like, oh, this Busio is like not worth it, like he's so bad, like how can he possibly compete internationally? And then like, look at him now, man. Look at him now. He's playing so much better. He's like actually playing with the jungler. He's playing so much more with Inspired. His Bard game, like again, he made some mistakes in lane, but overall was like really, really clean, really well. I loved how he played. He gave like you can tell he plays in a region with Vulcan because Vulcan's Bard is that clean, you know? I think Quad is the worst mid in main state. Ooh. Hold up. Okay. Genji Chovy, definitely better. G2 Caps, I'd say better. Shanks, I'd say better. Okay, that's Quad. Honkyu, probably better. Yeah, I see that. I see that during Neptune. Faker, better. Jojo, yeah. I Knight. Okay, while that is true, Dirty Neptune main, that's not saying much. That's like being the 8th best mid laner in the world is not an insult. Like, yes, he's the worst mid laner here, but that's just because the mid laners here are all like stacked. You have Honkyu, who's like this amazing prodigy. You have Jojo, who's also like the North American like mid lane prodigy. You have Caps, who's the best Western player of all time. You have Faker, the best player of all time. You have Knight, the best Chinese like mid laner of all time. You have, I guess Xiaohu might be a little bit higher than Knight right now, right? Knight needs, actually, I don't know. You could argue. You have Chovy, the best player in the world right now. Like it's, yeah, it I agree with you, but I don't think it's like as Quad Any was great. Yeah, I loved how he was playing lane, just like burn alt, make sure Aurora can't do anything. Sure, he got solo killed, but I think like in the team fights, he was finding the targets that he wanted to find. He constantly made sure that that the Aurora had a difficult time doing Aurora things. JoJo has been mid most of the year. Yeah, but it's not like Quad was playing like last year. Last year, I'd say Quad was definitely better than JoJo, but this year, like JoJo did have like the second half of the second split, he was playing better. But I don't think Quad has like been playing at Quad's standard, right? That's just how I feel. I know people still say he's like the best mid in NA. I just don't feel that way. Quad, I think, can stand up to the best mids, but the meta this year felt like mid was second, 80 carry during regular spring season. Now it's more a playmaking role, and I think he's still transitioning. I see what you're saying. Like when he was playing Tristana Corki, like he was playing much better. But now that he has to play things like the Annie, like the Aurora, like the Cassio, he's always really good at. But the Rise and stuff like that, it's he's still transitioning into like playing those champions. I can see that. I can see that. If that's the case, then yeah, it takes time, like playing Ori and stuff. Like he was playing Ori for Sakal, he was playing Annie versus Aurora. Like these are tough matchups. The Cassio is a counter to Rise, so I can see like he's taking the worst side of the matchup and he's still like being effective on them. Bubu didn't int. Surprisingly, Bubu actually had a really good Scion game. His Garen game, he was like the Garen Wukong spin combo. They were just like both spinning, and I was just like, oh my god, what is going on? This is just like not legal. And then his Yorick game and the Trundle, like, okay, my man Inspired taught me something about Trundle that I'm going to be using in scrims, and I'm going to be playing more Trundle if you watch my scrims. He okay. Can I pull this up actually? Game 3. Game 3. There was a gank. Oh, this is after. Wait, come back. There was a gank that happened game 3 where maybe I can find it somewhere here maybe. Basically what ended up happening was Trundle came to the Akali. He just like bit her with Q, which slowed her, which meant she had to flash, and then he put a pillar. Or no, she had to E, and then he put a pillar, and then he had to burn flash. But basically, like, if you're immobile mage, like, sure, it wouldn't work against Akali, but if you're immobile mage, you just flash Q someone, they have to flash, or else they're slowed and they die, and then you pillar them after they flash, they still die. And it's like mega OP. Maybe it was in a team fight that he did that. Maybe it wasn't a gank. Maybe it was a team fight. Garen flashing mid, though? Chempo is respectable, honestly. Garen flashing mid, though? I don't remember which flash mid. Was it the one where he killed the Corki? Where like both of them like went on Corki and everybody was, oh, did you see the fight? Dude, this was a hilarious fight. I thought this was like one of the, this happens in like my scrims, but obviously like not nearly the same caliber of players, where me and my top laner would just like be me and my support would straight up be diving the carries, and then the other teams divers are gonna be diving, and like both our 80 carries are just like in Narnia, and we're not like actually playing the 5v5 the way like, you know, teams usually play it. I thought it was so funny when BB just abducted, BB just kidnapped. He Cassanta'd. Yeah, it's this fight here. Look at the Senna. Okay, where's Senna? This is Senna, right? Okay, let's just watch the Senna here. Okay, watch Senna. So you have Skewmond about to buy alt, right? Flash alt. Very good Bard alt, right? TP's in time. You have the Wukong here looking to peel, which is not something I would do. I would be on Hansama, but he's looking to peel. Masu insta flash. Then look at what Cassante is about to do. Okay, Cassante is running. Wait, is this the wrong fight? No, it's this one, right? Oh no, the wrong fight. Okay, well, never mind. Don't look at any of what I just said. I was wondering. I was like, I don't remember him using his ult that way. Wait, did I? Is this past it? Oh, I think I may have passed the fight I'm talking about. Yeah, I passed the fight I'm talking about, I think. When he played the fight so fast and flashed on caps and had to ult. Oh, okay, I remember what you're talking about. I think it's... Wait, where's the fight? I know I'm not crazy. It was this one. There we go. Okay, found it. Okay. Look at what the Wukong and Garen are just like spinning to win on this side of the game, and then Cassante is just doing illegal things to Masu over here. So Wukong wastes ult, right? He still has another charge. Then Aurora gets her like huge flash E. Masu is like 1 HP. And then you can see like Inspired Tear, spin, 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 spin. They burst quad, right? You just have two spinners, like literally just spin, 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 spin. Right? And then look at Masu. They're just like busy here, right? They're just busy doing stuff here. Meanwhile, Cassante is abducting the AD carry, and they're just like fighting here. Busio like has to portal to get the kill. There's like 3 people, like 3v3 over here, while Masu is just like trying to survive. And then finally, Busio's like, "Okay, I got you. I'll help you kill the raid boss." Meanwhile, these two are just like standing right on top. You can like, I just thought it was hilarious that we had this like this little frame. Wait, where is it? This frame where just like you have 3 spinners, and then Masu's like on the other side. Quad literally gets one shot. My man is like right here with like 1 HP, has to get redemption just to be able to stay in the fight. And it's just like these two are just like, we spin burr. I thought that was funny. But yeah, I thought Whippo like definitely played much better than he did yesterday. And then, or was it 2 days ago? Was it 2 days ago? Yesterday was these two. Yeah, so it was 2 days ago. As for game 3, I thought yeah he had a good York game. I thought the Trundle was good. I thought Oriana was like lackluster. Normally his Oriana's better. I thought the Oriana game he played against Shanks was better, to be honest. And then Masu on Kaisa, like, what more to say? Masu on Kaisa is clean. And like Busio's Nico is so much better than he used to be. And yeah, it's kind of sad. I don't know if you guys watched the press conference or not. Should we go over the okay, let's just watch together one of the worst questions you could ask, in my opinion. Your channel? Is that Oh look, it's me. Inspired. Yeah. No, wait. I meant caps. My bad. Where is it? Love. There we go.
Conference with Caps. You performed admirably, maybe as the best individual player in the series, but still end near the bottom of the tournament. Only 2 players, Hans and Mickey, from your debut LEC split remain in the league. Does a loss feel like this fuels thoughts about the eventual end of your career? Or
yes, is the caps question. I think you, Sick, you're the one that left the question,
not even occurred to you.
comment, right?
Well, I mean, first, thank you.
The eventual end of your career, or has not even occurred to you in the league? Does a loss feel like this fuels thoughts about the eventual end of your career?
Does a loss like this make you want to retire? Like, isn't that? I don't know. I feel like that's so
has
tasteless.
Not even occurred to you.
Well, I mean, first, thank you. I mean, I don't think I played that well today. I think we obviously got super stumped, and I think especially the first game was very bad on my part. I don't think though that means that it's close to the end of my career.
He was like, sure, we got super stumped, but I don't think that's the end of my career. Like, what do you mean?
I think there's always like downtrends and uptrends, and
yeah, he was like, I had a year where 2021 where I didn't make any internationals, and like, yeah, I thought he played fine on the Casio. Like, sure. I also don't think he was the best player in the lobby. Like, yeah, I didn't think he was the best player in the lobby, but I mean, I guess if you're an EU fan, maybe you felt that way. Sure, I guess. But yeah, this was a slacking. Now this was like super satisfying. The other games though were so much fun. Like honestly, I'm okay that AL lost. Like it's okay. Sure, I hate it as a like Tarzan fan, but this was such a good series. Game 1 was such a mega stomp. Genji were fighting every single fight that like AL was not giving them an inch, and they were losing every single fight. Genji have really good scaling with Aurora and the Ornn. They have very good mid game fights with the Jin and the Aurora as well, and Xin Zhao. Like Xin Zhao has a lot of power early in mid game. Like late game, he becomes an alt bot kind of, and like just try to get knock up. He becomes a lot less useful than Pantheon, I'd say, but because Pantheon has alt, which can like start more things. Obviously, there's late game scaling on both, but dude, they got destroyed game 1. I respect Camps for not blaming his team, dude. One of the things. Wait, let me finish reading your comment. I remember when they let go. I was just about to mention that. When he let go so many times. I'm about to say something and I read the rest of the comment. I'm like, oh, okay. I let go of Mickey and Yike. He said he regrets he couldn't play better, so they could have stayed together. I know. Also, I have to say I'm not a fan at all of Gen G drafts. I feel like they usually are winning off brute force. That was one of my points. Like they played some compositions that I'm just like, you get away with this because you're the best team in the world, and like the other best teams in the world are not gonna let you do that. Like you pick Kate Karma and like normally and you're just gonna like destroy, and they're just like, no, we're actually gonna match you with the MF Nico, and you want to play Silas, we'll play Galio. Like no one in Korea can match up to this. He freaking played Akali. Like, you want to play Tilia? Sure. Akali is a self counter pick. I will like challenge you on every single thing. Like Mbessa is like pretty good to Sion, but like they played. I know they lost, but they played it pretty well. Game 2 was like slacking. Like yeah, game 2 bad stuff happened. I don't really like the TF look from Shanks. I much more liked all the other champions that he played. I know TF is like a really high prio pick. But I mean, Tabe can do what Tabe wants. I thought overall the drafts were really good on AL side. I mean, the Blitzcrank was like mega. Like game 5 was so tense. Like, we'll get there. But yeah, game 1 it was just absolute slacking. I think the MF Nico wasn't even that great that game, but you can't play Nefiri with no setup. Very hard to punish Smolder that game. Yeah, that's true. I thought the MF Nico was actually like not bad at all. Cause like yeah, it struggled in lane, but then after a while it just like matched push, and like Caitlyn could never really do Caitlyn things in the mid game. And like chunk out the ADC and like push. It's just like MF just has Bloodthirster, and Nico's like perma getting vision. Like Nico clone was just perma getting vision, and like Karma couldn't really set up anything. How's your pick'ems looking? Not gonna lie, I had CFO over T1, but I knew it was cooked when it went to 5. I actually predicted. Obviously, you can't do it. My pick'ems are cooked because I had AL beating Genji. I thought they were gonna do it. I thought they were gonna do it. I thought they were gonna lose in the rematch, but yeah, I thought they were gonna do it. I had CFO losing 3-2. I knew that CFO was gonna push T1 to the edge, but T1 was just gonna be clutch. And then T1 wasn't going to win a single series after. That's what I predicted. They're going to lose to BLG. They're going to lose to FlyQuest. That's what I have happening. I had BLG winning it all. BLG versus Genji is like scary. I was hoping BLG wouldn't meet Genji until the finals, but we'll see. They still have to get through T1 first, right? Dude, Chovy Azir is clean. Canyon, like, they punish flashes really, really well. Like, whenever TF didn't have flash, they made sure to punish it. I thought Ruler, like, didn't play great. He didn't play bad. Like, okay, the one play where, like, he just goes in. I can actually pull it up here. This one play was actually so troll. Even the casters were like, Ruler, what are you doing? Chronicler was like having a heart attack. By the dragon. Was it the second dragon or third dragon? Wait. I think it was the next dragon. How many minutes? 3 minutes? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's this one here. It's coming from base. Right? Or not from base, sorry, from mid. Okay, so watch the minimap here. Watch where Ziggs is. Just like he's in this area. He's taking the blast cone here. Right? He's about to take the blast cone. He's right there. He takes the super blast cone. And then he just walks. He doesn't know they have a ward here. And then Akali like doesn't miss a single thing. Hits the shuriken. Hits the thing. He has flash. He doesn't flash the shuriken. He doesn't flash the Q. He flashes afterwards. And then Akali R2 like Keen misses unstoppable. But even if he hit that, I'm pretty sure Ziggs is like out of the fight and dead. I guess Ziggs didn't ult, so maybe he could have gotten his ult off. But yeah, it was completely over. And then they just like lose the fight. And honestly, this should have lost them the game. I think any other team besides Genji doesn't come back. The way Genji won this game was so strange to me because AL was completely dominating the game until Genji just took a fight, won, and finished the game. It was like so anticlimactic. It was so strange. Like they just died one after the other. And I don't know if it was a case of like AL letting their foot off the, like, yeah, this fight here. It just felt so strange, right? They throw their Bard ult, it doesn't go off, and then Flandre's getting beat up by Canyon, and they're just gonna die one by one. Like, no team fight, nothing. Like, this isn't even a team fight. This is just like a complete entire destruction. They tried to go on Flandre. Sion like ulted away. The dragon is gone. Like they didn't even fight for the dragon. They turned on the ambassador, was incredibly mobile, didn't get anything, and then just like trying to poke. Like what? This isn't even a team fight position. And then Sion's gonna die because like he doesn't have ult. He can flash, but Vi's just gonna ult, and then there's just like literally like Tarzan is literally walking into every single one of these minefields. Look, look, look. Okay, instead of walking around, what does he do? He walks into one, walks into the second one, goes back, walks into the third, walks into the fourth, walks into the fifth. Like he actively took 5 out of 10 of them for no reason. And then like Sion already died. It's just like Kael dies. Then they're just like walking in instead, and Talio ults and they're all dead. Or I think Kali lives, but I think the Varus dies, right? I thought Varus dies, right? Yeah, okay. They go here, they kill Varus, and then Mbessa dies, I think. Oh, GA, that's it. And then the game just like basically ends. And I was like, what? You were out team fighting them. Like you were actively playing really well. What happened here? And I don't have the answer to that. I actually want to watch I Will Dominate's like video when he posts it, if he posted it or not. Wait, let me check. He probably did, right? NA versus EU. The best team in the world. Yeah, I want to see what he says about this team fight, because like I saw that and I was like, what the hell? This is not an LPL team. Like that's a NA move. Like, and then I think they even break this down. It's like whatever the hell happened here. Yeah, so that game made me feel real bad at the end. I was like, you had all the tools to win that game, and then you just like collapsed for no reason. And in game 4, obviously the Smolder scaled. Like they were just like, okay, if you're gonna play like a super hard early game, we're gonna neutralize. We're gonna go late. We're gonna win the game. People just keep picking Jarvan into Kate. I don't think it's a good matchup, but I guess he could ult the Nefiri ? Question mark, or the Karma. I really like the Smolder answer. I like it when teams have different. He was stacking really, really, really well, and there was nothing like Cassante couldn't. He burnt his flash at level 5, I think, in the bot lane after they swapped, and that was it. That was all the threat he had. There was never like a Cassante Nefiri like moment where they just like completely made it illegal for Smolder to live. Like even stolen Galio ult or stolen Jarvan ult, they just let Smolder be, because top lane is usually an island, and yeah, you can't really do that against a Smolder. And then game 5, the Blitzcrank just kept getting too many good hooks. Like their composition needed more time to get online, and they just outscaled them. Like earlier, they had more gold to the point that it didn't matter. It started off really well. You burn Ruler's flash, his cleanse, you don't repeat gank, you don't do anything. It is a Skarner. It's not like, a J4 where you can EQ flash or something. J4 was played last game. And yeah, the Cassio into Rise is a counter, but like I feel like it's lost every single time it's played, right? Every time Cassio's played into Rise, the Rise team just wins. Because I guess Rise is just more useful with his ult for like team wise. But yeah, the game was felt kind of flat. After a while, you could tell like, okay, Genji have their lead. They're gonna end the game like 2 minutes after Baron spawns or something, and that's kind of what happened. It was a shellacking for sure. It was very, very sad watching it, because I thought AL could like fight more, especially how the game started. I wanted to see like more. It just felt like the game got out of hand, and when the game gets out of hand, they weren't able to fight their way through deficits, which was something they were good at in the LPL. They didn't get into deficits often, but when they did, they made sure to fight. And like it just felt like, every single time they wanted to set up, Genji had an answer to it. And it might just be like uncomfortability of playing against Blitzcrank. Like normally, if you're a freaking Skarner and Blitzcrank pulls you, you just press R and they're all dead. But then you have Zaya and you have this guy who has Hourglass. You can't really kill this guy, the piggy, and Camille can just ult you. It's like very, very difficult to do stuff like that, and silence and you just die. So I don't know. It feels like they should have gotten bigger leads with the way the game started, but they didn't. and Camille was just like very good into fighting against Gragas, and that kind of neutralized the pick. I don't think there was any good big Gragas casks to get the Zaya. She always had ult to get the Rise, or like even just to pick off the support or the Sejuani. Like it always felt like they were posturing to fight, and then something bad would happen. Like they never use like the torpedo Shen, right? Like you go with Skarner, you go E, and then Shen ults you, and then you kill everybody. Like that never really happened. So unfortunate. Go back to the drawing table. They banned Jinx. I thought they were gonna play Jinx. They're blue side. You could have just first picked Jinx. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it is what it is. Tomorrow we have 2 more games, if I'm not mistaken. We have T1 versus BLG. I'm predicting BLG. And then we have CFO Mad Koi. I'm predicting CFO. I just realized how bad that is for you getting knocked out 2 days in a row. BLG versus T1. I didn't stream yesterday, but basically I thought T1 was going to beat CFO because of like just being a better team overall. I think CFO is going to play better in a few of the games. They definitely had opportunities to win. But yeah, T1 kind of held it down, and I think CFO is going to grow stronger from that. And I think T1 maybe got a little bit of jitters out. Doran played well. I was happy to see Doran play well. But I don't think it's enough to beat BLG. I think BLG is going to show up very powerful. And I don't think T1's team fighting is just there. I just don't think they have the team fighting to beat BLG. I think BLG, the one saving grace is like, we have good team fighting. If T1 get super early leads, I think it's just going to be a stomp for T1. But I don't think that'll happen. I think Beishwan is stable enough. I think Elkanon playing well enough. I think, it's Knight. Knight's always going to do Knight things. Bin just doesn't have to, just don't pick Gwen and Int, and you'll be fine. It was a very scary game 4 versus Mad Lions Koi where they ended. They definitely could have went to 5, but they finished the game out. And then for Mad Lions versus CFO, I think CFO have so much in terms of like a good standard team. They play very, very well. And Hankyu was like really good. Kaiwing was playing really well. Like everybody on this team is playing well. And I think they push you into uncomfortable situations that I don't know happen in Europe very often. And when that type of stuff doesn't happen, you kind of collapse when it happens in the international stage. And I think CFO have the ability to like really push and dig deep. And I don't know that Mad Lions have the like fortitude to like stop that. I think Mad Lions definitely have a very unique style in which they make things happen. And I think CFO also makes things happen. And they make things happen better. Right? That's why I'm predicting CFO. I actually think out of the top 8 teams, G2 is the worst. I think G2 is the worst, then Mad Lions, then CFO. Interesting to see Hankyu versus JoJo. Yeah, the old Prodigy versus the new Prodigy, right? I do think it's going to be Hankyu favored though. I really like what this kid is doing. He just plays with such confidence, like doesn't care. He just doesn't care about any pressure, and he just plays well every single time. Reminds me of JoJo when he first started playing. But maybe with a little bit of a better head start, I guess. Because JoJo didn't even know what any of the like champions did. Hankyu seems to know what the champions do. But yeah, that's it for that. Tomorrow, T1 versus BLG is going to be really fun. The Genji press conference happened. I will be posting that tomorrow morning, probably. There's a lot of press conferences that I just haven't really been posting because there's a lot of them. It makes it, I don't want to like be posting all of them. I don't actually see the Genji press conference. I only see the AL one. So I don't know if the Genji one didn't happen or what happened, but I don't actually have it. So, and I wasn't there like myself. So maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just post the AL one. But Let me actually just check what happened. Press announcements? Oh, the Gen G press conference didn't happen. That's what I forgot about that. Yeah, there was no Gen G press conference. They had to cancel it. I'm not sure why, but yeah, that's why I didn't go. I was wondering. I was like, I couldn't make it. What was I doing? But yeah, Gen G no press conference, unfortunately. I wanted to upload that tomorrow morning, but that won't happen. So I'll probably put the T1 BLG one when it happens, and if Mad Lions lose, probably post that one. If they win, I'll probably post it. I don't know. I have been trying to get more NAEU stuff because I know a lot of times I end up posting stuff that's like not NAEU because at the end of the tournament there's only Korea and China. So I wanted to like get as much NAEU stuff out before it's only Korea, China. I appreciate you posting the press conferences. You're like, oh, thank you, thank you. I'm surprised people don't actually post them because like in 2023 no one posted them. And then in 2024, I started posting MSI press conferences, and everybody started doing it. Like, it was like 3 or 4 people all at once at the same time, like 5 minutes after the press conference. I would always be first because I knew how to, like, I got really fast at doing it, and then like person after person, and then no one would upload the Korean ones except for me. I would translate them, and then Ashley King started doing that, and like it was a case where like everybody was doing it. And so like coming into this MSI, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to try to focus on the one-on-ones. And then if I don't have one-on-ones, I'll supplement it with press conferences. And then there was like nobody was posting the press conferences. Like, okay, I'm going to do it. And like, I wouldn't be surprised if it started all over again and people start doing it. I don't know why they didn't, but yeah, as long as I can get something out. I haven't been able to get one-on-one. I've been very sad. Last MSI, I definitely got a lot more one-on-ones. This MSI, like, I got ruler from main stage, and that's it. I don't have anything for wait, let me see. Did they announce tomorrow? Acceptances were sent. What about BLG? I might. I mean, there's still an opportunity. I might get someone from BLG. Okay, I didn't get anyone from. Wait, I didn't get anyone from Mad Lions. I didn't get anyone from CFO. I did not get anyone from T1. It's just I'm waiting to see if I did get anyone from BLG. Carrying on CFO downfall? Why? I actually really like Chowie, so I mean Matt? Okay, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah. We can pray on Matt's downfall together. Although I don't actually want Matt to do bad because I do want Joe to do well, but I am praying on CFO to play well because I'm genuinely such a fan of Chowie. The fact that I got to interview him was so hype. Like I cannot explain to you how excited I was and like how much I wanted to interview him for like 3. If I had like an hour, I would definitely just like talk about everything from his start. Love JoJo, but I hate you more than I love JoJo. That's fair. I'll give you that much. That's fair. All right, I'm gonna head out. It's getting kind of late. I'll see you guys tomorrow for press conferences because I got no one-on-ones and for MSI Hot Takes, and then we take a break Sunday. Sunday is a break.